That's right, Christmas time is here. It's Tuesday's Christmas Eve. Santa came early to this house. Shh, I'm Santa. Come on in the kitchen. Let's do it.
Come on, let's do it.
Alright, as I mentioned, it's Christmas time already. And this is Saturday. Tuesday's Christmas Eve, and I could have sworn I did at least one episode, if not more, on this over the 3 years we've been producing the show. But I couldn't find it. I was going through the episodes. Unfortunately, I like my silly, cryptic names, so it's not like I can look through them and find out by the food necessarily. But I couldn't find it. I've been eating the same food on Christmas Eve pretty much since I was born. I mean, I've been eating the same seafood dishes since I was 2. I didn't start cooking them until I was 5, thanks to Vincenzo, who you hear a lot about on this show. Now, I know people with the 7 fishes, the Italian thing on Christmas Eve and everything. Every family has different dishes, and I know people who are, culinary type people who like to experiment, try different sort of new wave and avant-garde. Not me. It's like Thanksgiving to me. I do the same exact dishes year after year because, first of all, I love them, and those flavors are embedded in my memories, tradition, my family, my mother, my father, Vincenzo, so I don't stray. I may add a dish here or there, but basically it's the same exact dishes every year. And I'm going to do one of them tonight. I'm probably picking up my fish for the holiday on Monday after work. We're having a holiday party on Tuesday. I could do it then, but the place will be a madhouse, and I just soon have the fish in the house. So when I get out Tuesday from the company party, I can blast straight home and start prepping and cooking and having a good old time. So there's not a restaurant in America, I don't think anymore, that you can't go in and see this on the appetizer list, right? So let's do it up. Calamari fritti, aka fried squid. Like I said, you see it on just about every menu now in the appetizer section. I already soaked it. I had some squid left over in the freezer. Not left over, I always try to keep seafood in the freezer. I had some squid, and I could have easily saved it for Christmas Eve, but I'm going out to buy all my fish at once, so I figured I'd just use this tonight. I did some with red sauce last night with capellini. It was amazing. What I like to do is, it's been soaking a few hours. Normally this would be milk. I think I mentioned in the last episode, this is oat milk that somebody gifted to me when they moved to Brooklyn. They cleared out their kitchen. I got a lot of goodies. So I've had it in the oat milk. It just sort of plumps it up. Okay. Now it's dried out. I do want to dry it a little more, so I'll get some paper towel. You might hear that over there. I got the peanut oil coming up to temp on the stove. And I do reuse my oil 2 or 3 times, so it probably had some little bits of solid matter in it, and that's what you hear happening over there. But it'll come right up to temp. So I'm just going to roll these up and let them sort of dry a little while we mix up our... Now, I don't use a batter. I just use flour. I have sort of a hat trick method I do. I use a little AP flour, or whatever flour I happen to have on hand. I will use bread. I just picked up another King Arthur bread, but it's unopened at the moment. So a little bit of flour. I don't have a lot of squid. This is going to be like an appetizer portion. I do like to go with a little, and I've done it with just cornstarch, by the way. It's nice and silky, makes a nice coating. But over the years, playing around, I mix AP flour, a little cornstarch. It's got a softer, sort of silkier texture to it. But I'm also going to add a little of this white cornmeal, and that gives sort of a grit, nice tooth. Okay? So there you go. And I didn't measure them, just it's kind of mostly flour, probably almost equal cornmeal and cornstarch. I'm going to go with a little salt, just season it up a little, and little black pepper. Now I've talked about pepper getting bitter when it hits too much heat, but I add a little to my flour. And just because it's on hand, not essential, but a little smoked paprika. So a nice seasoned little, I'll call it the batter. It's completely dry, okay? It's going to be a simple show because everything was prepped and ready. I just figured in honor of Christmas Eve in a couple of days, why not? So let's put our squid in. It's already been cut into rings, a couple of heads. Soaked in the oat milk. I like to use any sort of container. You can use a paper bag, plastic bag, but I like to be able to shake it up. All right. Now, that's it. Let's check our oil. We're coated. That's all you need. Meet me over at the stove. Here we are. I set myself up a nice little fry station. 345. We're just about there. 360 is good. So I've got the mini wok with the peanut oil. I do have my screen top for splattering. I've got a depository here. Paper towel. Let me get the salt nearby because we've talked about that. As soon as they come out, I want to salt them. It'll melt right on. And I've got my little basket to pull them out. Oh, almost forgot one thing. We need to dip these beauties. I made last night a red sauce. These were the Cento cherry tomatoes, organic cherry tomatoes, and I made it with squid. So it's already got a nice seafood kind of hint to it. Let's warm it up. I saved just enough for a dipping sauce. And it was sort of fra diavolo, but I'm going to add a few more red pepper flakes because when I dip my calamari, I do like it spicy. So let's add a few crushed red pepper flakes. Spice that sauce up a little. We'll just warm it. It doesn't have to be hot. It's cooked already. Just want to warm it through, and then I have a little dipping bowl to put it in. Now, I like to, on Christmas Eve, this is the traditional sauce. We used to make the crab sauce, and then you'd spoon a little out, spice it up. I, in latter years, like to serve, when I have guests, I like to do a 3-sauce dip. I'll do a ponzu, Japanese ponzu sauce. I'll do the fra diavolo, the tomato sauce, and then I'll also do a chipotle mayo. Ooh, we're high. We're at 423. I'm going to turn this down. And that's okay, though, because you want to cook these for like a minute, sometimes 30 seconds. So, hood's going on high. Here we go. Don't mind the noise. In we go. They'll take a minute. And I'm not going to put them all at once. In this case, it's probably not a bad idea to let them drop the heat a little. You know what? I got the hood on. I'm not even going to use this. It's not enough to worry about. If I have to clean the stove top, I clean the stove top, right? Hey, look, they're crispy already. I was over 400. But, yeah, let's check it now that they're in. 404. Not bad. It's a little hot, but considering what we're cooking, it's fine. See, look, they're done. That was maybe 30 seconds. Get them out here. Salt immediately. It'll melt, and let's do the rest. The oil's hot enough. I'm going to put them all in. Just a little appetizer for myself. $3.82, kind of perfect. Sauce is hot, I can turn that off. Okay, while those finish, let me get the sauce in my little serving dish here. Just about finished. Nice and crispy. Got a little golden hue to them. Flame off. Calamari out. Quick and easy. A couple more grains of salt on the new ones. And let's transfer them over to our serving dish. Okay. Let's drop them in. Little fresh parsley. I could have sworn I did a whole episode just on this. How could I not? Fried squid. But I could not find it. If you can find it, let me know in the comments the episode number. Because I'd love to check it out and see how exactly what I did on that one. Fresh parsley. I got a little lemon. Why not? Seafood and lemon. Match made in heaven. We already salted them. I'm going to grab a little serving fork. And let's see how we did with the fried squid. Fra diavolo. Ah. Oh man. Christmas Eve already. Now this is one thing that I don't have to wait for Christmas for this. I do this several times a year when I have guests. Who doesn't like fried squid? Well, I know plenty of people who don't, but it's one of the world's great appetizers. Sometimes I'll add a few pieces of Gulf shrimp in there. I also got this from a renowned, disgraced chef, Italian chef, who you don't see around much anymore, but he turned me on to you slice the lemon nice and thin, and then in half into little, half round wedges, like half moons, thin. And you also toss those in the flour mixture and fry those right up. They're delicious. That's it. I'd like to wish you all a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, whatever holiday you celebrate, Kwanzaa, Festivus, enjoy, a Happy New Year. And I think I've said in a couple of past episodes, we have some great stuff in the works for 2025, so stay tuned. And hit the like button, man. It really helps with the algorithmic type of stuff. We'll see you all for the next episode.
Come on, let's do